to episode 14 of the Easier Said Than Done podcast. My name is Brendan Donahue. Join with me, Dave Toscano, Bob Horgan. Fellas, how we doing?
Forza Italia.
One of us is doing better than the other.
And we got two special guests today. We join with us Chris Motta, our first recurring guest on the podcast.
There we go. Thanks for having me back, fellas.
Of course. And our buddy Jerry Durkin. How we doing, Jerry?
It's a pleasure, Donnie.
Good. Glad you could make it.
Jerry helped secure probably our biggest interview we've had, or I guess.
Yeah, no, he's our biggest one.
You're welcome.
Jerry helped us secure Pat Fryermuth of the Pittsburgh Steelers, so shout out to Jerry. That's why he's on. We gave him the privilege of being invited back, or invited.
Yeah, if he's going to want to come on again, though, he's got to get a haircut.
Debatable.
I mean, do we want to shoot the shit for a second? So, I mean, the big news today, N'Keal Harry requesting a trade. It kind of caught me by surprise, the timing of it, I guess. Just because it seems like if, they're 4 weeks removed from OTAs. You haven't really even gone into training camp yet. It's a weird time for me, all things considered. I guess we'll start with you, Bob. Like, what do you think?
Honestly, Donnie, I'm going to let Chris take this one. He's our football guy.
All right.
Let him get the first crack at it.
To address the timing, I think a big reason that you're seeing it happen now is I think from N'Keal's perspective, his agent's perspective, he definitely didn't want to start training camp here. And wherever he goes, traded after that, say it happened in August or even the beginning of the season in September, he's just going to be behind the ball again. So if he wants a fresh start, I think it's definitely good to get in with a new system now and start to get, rapport with the quarterback wherever he goes. I don't think his future is entirely desolate. He has some physical traits that you can't coach, but at the end of the day, doesn't get separation very well. I can't see him succeeding elsewhere, really.
And the other thing is that, it's not like the Patriots really went out and got a wide receiver in the draft. Yes, they signed Aguilar and they signed Kendrick Bourne, but I mean, the only wide receiver that they picked up in the draft is a 7th rounder. You would have thought that, if he was upset about what the Patriots were doing personnel wise, then maybe he would have requested a trade in the winter or, more towards the off season, I guess now. So something must have happened in OTAs. They must have had a discussion with Belichick or something. Something had to have transpired for this to happen now. Yeah.
And I mean, as much as he complains about opportunity, I mean, he got passed by an undrafted Jacoby Myers. You know what I mean? He has started 14 of the 21 games. He's been healthy. He's gotten opportunities to be out there. And quite honestly, I don't think anyone's comfortable throwing the ball to him. So, better somewhere else in here, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I think the other big news out of the day is the Euros. Italy pulls it out in PKs. Dave's a father of a first-generation Italian. How you feeling?
Bro, I was shitting bricks in the penalties. When he missed that first one, I was not happy. But because last Euros, it went the same way. We lost to, do you remember who it was? Germany?
I think it was England, no?
I don't think it was England. I think it was either Germany or Spain. And that was when Zaza had that ridiculous penalty where he took 30 steps before
that was
kick.
definitely Germany. Yeah.
So I was getting flashbacks of that, but came out on top. Hopefully, we're probably the best team left who can stop football from coming home, as they say.
Yeah, I don't even think football's getting to the final. I think Denmark's pulling it out tomorrow.
You're right. You're big on the Denmark train.
Yeah, I've been on the Denmark train since the group stage.
Yeah, you're right. Human ocean.
All right, so here's what we're doing today. So if you ever listened to the dog walk of Barstool Sports, we're taking a page out of their book, but we're not taking their topic. So every Monday they do this thing. They do a draft, do a different topic with different subcategories. You got to get one of each. We are doing athletes that are 23 years older or under. So you got to get one baseball player. You got to get one football player. You got to get one soccer player. You got to get one basketball player, and then one miscellaneous. So NHL, golfer, tennis, gymnastics, wrestler, whatever. We'll do.
Can I ask a clarifying question before we get into this? Sorry, just on the sport. So you said the category of basketball.
Yes.
Have a women's basketball player. How does that?
You can take a women's basketball player.
All right.
Yeah. You can also take somebody who's not in the NBA or the WNBA either, as long as they're under 23.
All
So
right.
if you wanted to take like a prime Brennan Donahue at UNH intramurals, like you could, that's fair play. All right, I'm gonna share my screen just so that we're doing fair way about the order.
Can we take are we doing like any of those categories at any time?
Yeah,
Or
you
is
can do
it-
them whatever order.
Any order. You just want to get the best 5, the best team, I guess, team in quotations possible.
So if you have one list who's shallower than another, or if you don't think it's as deep, then grab them early. All right, so this is the order. All right, 1 Jerry, where'd it go? 1 Jerry, 2 Bob, 3 Dave, 4 Don, 5 Motta. All right. So write that down. I'll write that down right now. Actually, you know what I'll do?
A little draft board too.
Yeah.
So is this a little snake or are we going?
Yeah, we'll do snake.
Yeah, snake.
All right. We're
And what do you want to do too? You want to do like to get some fan interaction? Maybe we'll throw, or is that too?
No, we'll throw it. We'll throw it on the Instagram, and then people can
Okay.
can vote on it. And then once you make your pick, then we can discuss it, thoughts on it, and then that'll be that. All right, Jerry, first pick. Where you going?
So my first pick is gonna be Luca.
Luca?
Yeah. I'm gonna
Yeah.
take the popular pick for the basketball. I know that was probably a pick that most of you guys had on your board. So I'm just gonna wipe that clean from the start.
Yeah, he was number 1 on my basketball board. He was pretty close to the top of my overall board. I think you're hard pressed to come by a higher profile guy at that age in the landscape of sports right now. So yeah, I think that's a good pick.
I think he's by far the best basketball player in the whole conversation. I just feel like it's him, and then it's
Big drop off.
yeah. I'm not gonna say
Not big, but
There's
I
definitely a
actually
drop.
think basketball is the deepest.
I mean, I'm looking down like my 10th guy compared to Luca. Yeah, I put guys just in case I want to get frisky at the end. Is night and day. So I don't think it's even close. Even my number 3, I wouldn't even say is close to Luca.
I don't know. I think it was a great pick. Very
Yeah.
good value overall.
Dave?
Yeah, like I say, we come back to it when the next basketball player comes off the board.
All right. Bob, you're up.
All right. So I won't lie. I was really hoping Luca fell to 2 because I was going to take that. I'm going to go in the baseball category. I actually think this is the deepest because there's 5 of us and there's 4 guys who I think you could take and no one would argue. But I think I'm going to take Fernando Tatis.
Good pick.
He's probably, I am not going to say this on air because I am in an argument that he's not the face of baseball, but he's probably the face of baseball. So
Come on.
roll with him.
Shohei.
I think we're at a point in baseball where like you're starting to see the shift in like the shift of the guard and like all of like the past generation. Like there's a bunch of young guys that are just popping up, especially not just last year, but especially this year. But yeah, Dave, you got an argument there.
Guy hits a home run like almost every night. It's ridiculous.
Baseball is in good hands with this crew of young guys they got coming up right now.
Yep.
You know
All
what?
right.
They all got the junior to him. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Tatis Jr. I mean, I got a couple more guys must just have that junior next to him, and it just makes me feel like that's like it is officially like the next generation of guys is coming up clearly, dominating the game.
All right, Dave, you got the next pick.
All right. As you guys know, I'm not the biggest football guy, but I'm going to go with DK Metcalf here. 23 years old. We can do that, right? 23?
Yep.
All right. I mean, what can I say? This guy's an absolute tank. 17 touchdowns in 2 years. The play that comes to mind is the one where he runs the whole length of the field and catches up to the guy, stopping the touchdown. That one's ridiculous. This guy's an absolute beast. You guys can probably say more than I can, though, about him.
I think it's a little bit of a reach.
I agree.
But I understand why you're doing it because you're less knowledgeable in the topic.
Yes, thank you.
Still,
I figured I'd go with the football guy because I know more about the other sports.
It's fair. All right. I'm on the clock. I kind of struggled with the miscellaneous a little bit. I'm between two in the miscellaneous. I'm gonna take Naomi Osaka, women's tennis player, #1 in the world right now, an absolute beast. She's taking some time for her mental health right now, but I think as domination goes, like probably one of the more dominant in their respective field. So I'm taking Naomi Osaka off the board with my first pick.
Yeah, that's killer. That is killer.
I like the pick.
That was going to be one of my back-to-backs here for sure.
Yeah.
That makes me feel better about taking it then.
Yeah, for sure. She would have been gone. I can promise you that. All right, I got back-to-back picks here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. I'll go with Vlad Guerrero Jr.
Sure.
And my second will be, I guess I'll go Erling Haaland. Let's do it. Let's lock in.
Okay. All right, so we'll start with Vlad. I mean, he's probably if Shohei and Tatis are 1 and 2 of like the most marketable guys in baseball right now, he's probably 3. Like aim, he's a big hoss, can crank the ball. Like he's got it all. And Toronto's got a couple of those young guys, so he's going to be on a good team for a while.
I always loved his dad. I love the fact that there was no pitch this guy couldn't hit, and his son seems to be very similar, and that he's exciting. That's what I like about him. He's very exciting. Like Tatis, like I think there's a little bit of a drop off in baseball, so I wanted to be sure. I don't pick for a while. I want to be sure that I end up with one of my studs in baseball, you know?
I think that's fair. I think that's very fair. Bob, what do you think about Vlad?
He was my third guy on the baseball board, but I think you can definitely justify him going 2. That ass, man. That's all I'll say about that one. And he just has absolute fucking missiles. I remember we saw him play when he was Fisher Cats, and the dude just put balls on his batting practice was impressive at 19. So, I mean, definitely will be a guy that will suck having in the American League East for the next 15 years.
Yeah.
Good pick. There was a list of guys in baseball. You could have thrown any of them at number 1, and I wouldn't have said much.
And then Motta, what's the rationale behind Holland?
All right, so definitely, I think most people would probably go Mbappe, but I mean, for me, it's like 1A, 1B. I just prefer Holland. Like, just watching him play is actually crazy. Like, he can literally do everything. I feel like Mbappe might be a little bit of a one-trick pony, relies on speed too much. Holland is just like the smoothest player. Like, strikes the ball, gets his head on it, can play it from wherever. Like, he's all around great. I absolutely love him.
And he's not going to be at Dortmund for much longer. I
Oh,
don't know
no,
where he's
definitely
gonna be,
not.
but he's not going to be there for.
This is a really good pick. Really good pick. I think he's better than Mbappe. What about you, Brendan? Do you?
I think it's tough just because like it's kind of apples and oranges, I guess. Like they do play the same position, but they have such a different style. Like Mbappe is much more like he can play out on the wing, can play up top too. Like Mbappe, Holland's just your clear cut like goal scoring forward.
Holland's like he's an animal though. Just
Yeah, no, I think he's got a pretty good shot of being like one of the best strikers to ever live.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so I got the next pick. All right, I'm gonna take him, and I'm gonna get criticized maybe for not taking who we just talked about, but I'm taking Christian Pulisic. Like that's my guy. I wanted him, and I was even thinking about taking him in the first round, but A, I don't know if he's gonna make it back to me in the next round. B, he's my favorite athlete currently. And C, I just wanted him there. So I'm taking Pulisic. Maybe a reach, yes, but I'm not sure.
It's like
So,
taking Tom Brady in a fantasy draft.
yes, that's exactly what it is. It's drafting Tom Brady in your fantasy draft.
Not even on my soccer list. I don't even know soccer.
Captain America though, got a soft spot for him.
You have to.
You could have picked anyone on the U.S. team because basically everyone's under 23.
Yeah, and soccer's coming home pretty soon, so.
Oh yeah, the real home,
Yes.
the U.S.
Yes. All right, Dave, your second pick.
All right, I'm kind of getting nervous here because I'm realizing that I kind of fucked myself. But oh god, I feel like my team's gonna end up so shit. I'm gonna go Wander Franco. Just made his debut, got called up. It's like the consensus top prospect in baseball. I mean, again, don't have much to say, but I kind of felt like I had to take a baseball guy because the two guys that I was going to take are off the board already.
All right. Yeah, Franco's going to be a beast. And what was his first hit was a home run?
I believe so.
Yeah, it was off the Sox, yeah.
Pretty sure it was his first at bat, if I'm not wrong. I could be wrong though.
His now star power, I think, leaves some to be desired compared to rest on the baseball list. But I think long term, you got a lot of growth here.
Oh yeah,
He's been the number one prospect for like 3 years, right?
Yeah. Was he a number one pick or was he like an international free agent? I don't know.
no idea.
I think he got signed. I don't think if you're from like I don't know where he's from, probably the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Cuba.
None of those guys get drafted. No. Yeah.
No, you don't get drafted, you get signed. So I would assume he got signed again. I don't know where he's from.
Yeah, he's Dominican. Surprise.
Very nice.
Messed up.
All right.
Wait there too. Throw it out there.
Second pick.
So I've already decided I've won draft because at number 9 I got Mbappe. I mean, I just feel like I just feel like he's the soccer guy.
Yeah, I think he's the heir apparent to the throne once Ronaldo and Messi start to end their careers.
Do I love that the last time people have seen him on live television, he lost his team the game?
Yeah, no, his stock has never been lower currently.
That's a tough look, but I don't think I'm upset with him. I just think he's like a marketable dude, and I feel like he might be the fastest guy. I love having the conversation. Like, if he ran a 40-yard dash, how fast do you think he'd run a 40-yard dash in?
I'm gonna say my 40 right now would be like 5'5".
No, and no. Mbappe.
Oh,
probably like
what? No.
I don't know if you would make it to 40 yards. Fuck.
oh, come on, give me that.
I'm saying like high 4.2.
He's running probably a 4.2.
4.27.
Yeah, something like that. He's like a Chris Johnson type of speed.
Brendan, your 40 time, I might be choosing you as my miscellaneous sprinter.
Oh yeah, dude. Usain Bolt, watch out. I'm taking the spot of the chick who got busted for marijuana. All right.
Oh, actually, just speaking of that, you know how she could race in the, she could do the relays? ESPN alert, she just got left off the roster for the relays, so she's officially out.
That's tough. That's tough. All right, Jerry, you got 2 picks here.
So I'm definitely gonna say this name wrong. Sancho.
Okay.
Not a big soccer guy, but I'm reading an article on him right now and it seems legit.
90 million going to Manchester United. Yeah, it's a good pick.
Yeah, just got the bag.
And then my second pick, I gotta go with Acuna.
Yeah, it's good.
Baseball, because I had him, Vlad, and Tatis, and he's the only one left on my board. So kind of got to get that away, and kind of shocked DK was already picked.
Yeah. I kind of wish I took Acuna, to be completely honest with you. I think baseball probably is the most top heavy, I guess. Like the top 3 options are pretty clear, and then I think it falls off after that.
Donnie, for your sake, though, I think the baseball guy that's going to fall in your lap, I don't think you can be upset with who it is.
Yeah, I agree.
Get the same guy I'm thinking.
All right, yeah, I think I have to do some looking then, because my list isn't looking the same as yours. Then I don't think.
There's like one guy.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I agree. I think there's one guy, and that's why I was like, I definitely wanted to go baseball early, because
yes,
I didn't know if the bottom was as good as the top, like specifically the 5th guy.
Yes. No. Okay. Yeah, I see it.
My 5th guy was definitely like
I know. No. Yeah. I got it now. All right. Actually, that's the 4th baseball guy off, so I don't have to draft him until the end.
Love the Acuna pick.
All right, Bob, 3rd round pick to you.
All right. Just because this guy's my number 2 for this sport. Love him. Probably my favorite athlete right now, especially looking ahead to the future. And I think he rivals Luka. Probably the only guy that is even in the same conversation. But I'm going to take Jason Tatum.
You're gonna be tough to beat in this.
That's a great pick. Good value in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
Top.
You think he's the closest to Luka?
I think you could. There are people that will argue Jason Tatum is better than Luka. I'm not on that level yet, but there are not a lot of guys in the NBA I would take over Jason Tatum right now. And looking at
not saying I would, but does Trae Young's playoff help him out, like help his case out? You think, or no?
Yeah,
big time.
I think
but
it's
not
big time.
not in that.
Like not to Luka, but to Tatum's. Like, because I think Luka's here, and then it's.
Tatum's already been in the Eastern Conference Finals twice.
Twice or 3 times?
Twice. It was year 4, rookie year 3.
Yeah.
So, I think him getting left off the All NBA teams was an absolute joke.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. No, I don't think you're gonna get much pushback from Jason Tatum from us or on Jason.
I have a lot of basketball guys. Honestly, like the basketball list, I think you're gonna get some guys in like the 5th round who you're gonna be like, I would take that guy.
Yeah.
I'm good with Jason Tatum.
All right.
Ime this year is going to unlock him too. Ime is a very good fit for.
And I saw Popovich is saying he's turned into a 10 times a 2-way player he is since the last time he saw him play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm excited for? The Team USA 1-on-1s and watching like Tatum and KD go 1-on-1.
Yeah.
That's gonna be that YouTube video. Whew, I love those.
Yeah, no, I hope they keep up the YouTube access that they did in past years, because some years, like some teams, like social media presence or whatever kind of falls off. So I'm hoping they still do that. Dave, pick 3.
I'm taking Trey Young.
No, you're
I
gonna-
literally can't believe I looked over Acuna, but whatever. I'll take Trey Young.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, Trey Young, like we just said, like Mbappe's stock's never been lower. Trey Young's stock's never been higher.
Yeah.
Is Trey Young for Luka the most fair trade of all time at this point?
Yes, I'll answer that like full on. Yes, I've never seen a trade benefit 2 teams like it has in terms of both players turning a franchise around.
Yeah. And like I think Luka would have been successful wherever he went. I don't know if Trey would have been the same player in Dallas, if that makes any sense. Like
No, I agree.
I think Atlanta fits him well, and the team that they've built around him helps big time.
Did Trey Young
Definitely
not-
molded both teams to fit their players for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Trey Young not make the All-Star team this year? That's correct, right?
He might not have. You might actually be correct on that.
I remember him having it was 28, 29, 8 or something. Like he didn't make it, which again,
They were terrible.
Yeah, he was not picked.
he was not picked.
Because Bradley Beal got the pick over him, right?
Bradley Beal was you average 30 points.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
There were a couple of head scratchers on that.
Ben Simmons made it over. Tobias didn't make it. Ben Simmons made it over him.
Yeah.
You probably argued Trey Young should have been over Jaylen Brown, but it's not. We're Celtics guys, so we're not gonna go there.
All right. Pick 3 to me. I'm gonna take Justin Herbert. Not often you see a QB have the success that he did year 1. I think the Chargers are only going to get better. They finally fired Anthony Lynn. They'll have, an actual coaching staff that's not set in mediocrity. I'm excited to see what he can do, what that year 2 jump looks like. And it looks like I'm not going to say anything just because it's only been 1 year, but getting him after Tua was drafted looks like a mistake right now. If you're Miami. So, I mean, you could even argue that he could have been the first overall pick in the draft this year after his performance. So I'm going Justin Herbert.
Definitely be a solid guy going forward. I mean, all the tools, pretty much as good as you can get. And I think if I were to critique the pick at all, I would say that there's probably other guys of similar value in the NFL that you could have maybe waited on. Maybe you wouldn't have gotten Herbert if you waited, but I'm the only one who really knows. But
I think Herbert was probably the second sexiest name on the board.
Yeah.
For the fans' sake.
Yes, I'd agree with that.
There are a couple of guys in the football category that if Herbert fell to me, I would have been thrilled. But there are a couple of guys who I want to take, but I just don't. I don't want to pander, but
Yeah.
Because the offensive tackle doesn't look as sexy as the quarterback.
Good on you for not pandering, Bob.
I still might take the guy.
Motta, you got 2 picks.
All right. I got them real quick right here. I'm going to go Zion and Austin Matthews. So at first, I guess Zion. I mean, of the guys in the NBA left, I mean, I think this is the only guy that could have come near Tatum in terms of ascending to that level. I mean, the guy's just an absolute freak athlete, playing above the rim. He's only 6'6", passes the ball well. And I mean, he's going to be out in New Orleans within a few years. So I think Zion will be a stud going forward, and definitely some star power in the name too. Definitely has a name that catches people's attention.
Do we think Zion's going to have to change his body around a little bit if he wants a long-term career?
I think if he's on the right team and he doesn't have to if he's not asked to do so much.
Yeah, if he needs
if he stays where he is, he has to do everything on that team.
Yeah.
But if you put him on a team where he's got two other guys, and he doesn't have to be like that guy for the first time ever, probably in his life. Like,
Yeah, especially after he went to Duke with Reddish and Barrett, and the top 3 recruits in the nation were all on the same team. Yeah, no, I like the Zion pick.
Yeah, I like it. I think his body though is like what makes him unique. Like it's like Giannis. Like Giannis's body is why he's so good. Not the body, just the body, but like he's literally a freak. Like Zion's body it's shorter and fatter, but he's still a fucking freak. No other dude on the planet can do that.
I think it kind of helps for injury purposes. I mean, I know he's heavy, so he could get hurt like that. He could hurt his feet or something. But for injury purposes, like you look at these guys that are tanks that have been tanks in the past, and I don't think that like it does like increases his injury chance. Like Charles Barkley was a tank back in the day who didn't get hurt very much. You know, there's like I think it more benefits him, and I think it will probably lead to longevity. Like LeBron's body is just like led him to where he's got. So I think he'll last. I hope so at least because he's a good kid. I like him a lot.
And that's what I mean. Again, like talking about it makes him good. Like, dude, imagine a dude 6'7", 260 coming at you with a full head of steam. Like, I don't care if you're a 7-footer. Like, that's a fucking scary sight because best case scenario, he doesn't come into contact with you. Like, if that dude comes into contact with you going full speed, like, you're gonna lose. You're getting hit.
They did the sports science on it. Taking a charge from him when you're going full speed, when he was going full speed, is the same impact of getting hit by a Jeep Wrangler going 25 miles an hour.
It's just a different threat that not a lot of other people have.
Yeah. And then for Matthews, best American hockey player probably right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even a big Austin Matthews or Toronto Maple Leafs fan, but I mean, the talent is like undeniable. Like, there's a guy who I'm wearing my UMass shirt right now. Probably could have gone with another guy who would have been a lot closer to my heart, but
let's keep that hush.
I mean,
yeah,
Matthews,
no, I agree. He was on my list too.
Yeah, Matthews is just too good though. Like, he actually is just insane.
Yeah, Osaka was my number 1. Matthews was my number 2 in the miscellaneous category.
Yeah, so, same with me.
I won't lie, I didn't have either of them on my miscellaneous category because I went like way too off board. Like some of the names I have, I couldn't even tell you who they are. I just feel like I was 22. So,
all right, my 4th pick. I need baseball and I need basketball. I'm gonna go with LaMelo Ball. You know, there's a couple of other guys left. I mean, I think everybody's taken a basketball player, right? No, Bob hasn't taken one.
No, I did. I took Jason Tatum.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
No, everybody's taken a basketball player. For me, it was between LaMelo and Ja. I like LaMelo's long-term ceiling. Like I have a soft spot for a guy who can throw an unreal pass. I really like watching him play. I was super skeptical on how good he was going to be in the NBA. I wasn't too high on Lonzo coming into the league. I was even lower on LaMelo. He's proven me wrong, and 100%. I think he's going to be a very good player in the NBA. So yeah, LaMelo Ball is my pick there.
I have a question. Would I have lost credibility if I took a kid in high school?
You're gonna take Arch Manning?
No, I was gonna take Chet for basketball. He's a freak.
Yeah, he is a freak.
That's just gonna be tough to compare, though.
I know, but he's gonna be so good. But
his legs scare me. They're like about half an inch thick.
If we do a dynasty league in this format,
yeah.
Dude, what about you see like the France kid that's like 7'3" that's going off right now at that U19?
No.
Like Victor one time Bayamba, something like that.
You tried at the name.
That U19. That's how I know Chet's been going crazy there.
The Celtics are getting Yam Madar coming over from Israel soon. I don't know if you guys know about him.
I watched the highlight
tape is ridiculous.
I mean, that dude is smooth as hell. Like,
he's the Israeli Jason Williams.
Yeah, seriously. Like, he moves at like a herky-jerky speed where he like slows up, very good with hesitations, got a great floater, just ultimately very crafty. I think he's gonna actually play when he comes over here.
I think he's
He's,
good.
he's in the military too.
Is he?
He's a soldier. Yeah, that's why he had to stay in Israel and couldn't come over here. That's why he's a stash player.
Huh.
He had to serve 2 years in the Israeli military.
I didn't know that.
He would
I didn't know that.
Definitely get him a little tapped or whatever.
Yeah. No, he's got that look in his eye.
Yeah.
Dave, your fourth pick.
Someone took Mbappe, right?
Yes.
All right, I'll do Alphonso Davies, probably or the best left back in the world, and he is 22. I wanted to take an American, but I mean, Davies is probably better than most of them.
Hey, you can still take a North American. So there you go.
Yeah, I'll take
Yeah,
the North
that was a
American.
great pick.
Yeah, that's good value in the 4th round too.
Yeah, pretty good value.
He's got some hardware to his name already too. Champions League.
Yep.
Yeah.
So does
Not
Pulisic.
Captain America though. He got one of his own.
Yeah.
There you go, Donnie.
Pulisic scored in the semis, so he kind of means more for him. So yeah, no, I like good value in the 4th round.
Pulisic also has a World Cup in his future, and I don't think Davies does.
Very fair point. All right, Bob, 4th round pick.
All right, I'll be honest. I have no idea what I want to do because I have 6 guys on my football list, and then I have a list of just other. I think I'm gonna take my other right here. And we were talking about hockey. I'm not gonna take the second hockey guy because I don't want to have the worst guy in hockey. I feel like that's like an automatic lose for me. So I'm gonna take Ryan Garcia, the boxer. Right now he's undefeated. I don't know if he has a belt. I know he's like the Instagram dude that punches wicked fast. So for people,
That was the highlights favorite guy.
Yeah,
I think he's 4th in whatever ranking system for lightweight he's in. I think he's 4th overall.
Yeah, and he's got him and I think Gervonta Davis. They have a big fight in their future. I think. I don't think Garcia will win because I just feel like Gervonta Davis is kind of like I know they're the same size, but like Garcia just looks kind of small.
Davis is undefeated too, I believe.
Yeah,
But it'll be a sick bout.
yeah. So I'll take Ryan Garcia in the 4th round. There's not many others I like much better. So.
All right, Jerry, you got your last 2 picks here.
So I'll go with my NFL. I'll do Justin Jefferson. Probably put together one of the best rookie receiving, just was an animal. Just pretty sure he beat Randy Moss, all of his records besides maybe touchdowns.
Yeah, and even more impressively, he did it with Kirk Cousins.
Exactly.
And with Adam Thielen.
Yeah.
And Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, no, he's a stud. And
I can't believe he was available to me at the 4th round, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, I mean, NFL's going off the board late. I think Chris hasn't taken his, and Bob still hasn't taken his. So that's three late picks. I'm always gonna remember the video of the Vikings front office reacting to the Eagles taking Jalen Reagor the pick right before him. And I think that one's just speaking for itself at this point in time.
Yeah, seeing as how the Eagles have to spend another 1st round pick on a wide receiver the following year, you can kind of assume how that went.
Yep. All right, and then Jerry, your miscellaneous.
So my miscellaneous, you guys probably don't know him, but Gable Stevenson, he's a wrestler out of Minnesota. I'll give you some stats on him. So his career record, he's a junior right now, and he's going to be a senior. His career record, 67-2. He has that highest winning percentage in school history. He just won the Pan Am Olympic Games, I want to say, and he just qualified for the regular Olympic Games. Or you might know him as the heavyweight that does the flips after he wins.
Yeah. Okay. Now I know who you're talking about.
That's him.
He was on the list. That's a good pick.
Is he the type of guy who's going to be UFC post college?
I feel like he'll be like a David. Do you know like David Taylor at all or no?
No, no.
Because there's like a select few of the wrestlers that wrestle in college that just do like Olympic wrestling because they're like that good.
Yeah.
And I feel like him, Spencer Lee will probably fall under there. And that's, I mean, it's usually a very small list that wrestle in the Olympics.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I like that pick. I like the wrestling.
You got to stay true to me, you know.
Yeah.
I gotta stay true to who you are.
It was either him or Jake Paul.
Get the fuck out of here. All right, Bob, you're up. Last pick.
All right, so I got a football guy on my list. I have to take a football player. I got 5 guys just blank. There's 5 on my sheet. And I to be honest, I'm talking through it. I haven't decided yet. I'm gonna talk for like a minute and then decide. I'm gonna go through every guy. I got Chase Young, Nick Bosa.
Whoa. Motta hasn't picked yet.
I know, but it's my pick anyway. Like
There's only football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And these guys are on my list too. Don't
I feel
worry.
like Motta has his pick.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
Honestly, it just depends on where you go. Is where I'll go.
I got Trevor, who I think Trevor Lawrence might be the best player on this list, which I feel like I might just take him. I have Kyler, and then my miscellaneous who.
I think Kyler's 24.
No, I looked at he's 23.
Regardless, if don't pick Kyle.
All right, Kyler's 24.
No, Kyler's 23. You're right.
No, I'm gonna take Kyler. The last guy on my list is on offensive lineman, and
Yeah.
I got Tristan Wirfs on there, who just had a crazy fucking season. Like, I'd argue was one of the best linemen in the league.
Is that the wrestler?
The Iowa kid, maybe.
Is?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, that guy's out here walking around on his hands and like,
Dude, he jumped out of the pool. Like,
yeah.
You actually named quite a few more of that. Tough
I
pick,
guess-
Bob.
I put it down to 2 guys. And I just feel like I have to take Trevor Lawrence.
All right. I didn't even have Trevor Lawrence on my board, to be honest.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I didn't either. No, I considered it, but I figured it would be too hard to give any sort of like justification without him playing.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%.
But he did probably put together like one of the best college careers. Like,
For sure. I mean, the fact that we're even considering him after Justin Herbert just had like one of the best years of all time for a rookie quarterback.
Yep.
The fact that Trevor Lawrence is even in the same conversation and having never played, like, says a lot about the caliber of prospect that he is.
100% agree.
I've been quoted as saying his floor is Matthew Stafford, which like I would live with. So
Yeah, with a little more rushing upside too.
yeah, I'm happy. I think Jacksonville actually put together a pretty decent offense around him for year 1. So I'm gonna take him, and I'm happy that I took him.
All right, Dave, your last pick.
All right, this is a bit crazy, but Japanese table tennis player, number 4 in the world. He's 17 and he's already won 5 titles on the tour, and the 3 that he didn't win, he was runner up all 3 of them. And he's already number 4 at 17 years old, and he's about to win. If he wins the gold medal this summer, you can look back at this and say it was a great pick.
Well, does he have a name?
Yeah, he had a name.
Oh, I didn't say his name.
I just heard Japanese.
My bad. That's my fault. Tomokazu Harimoto.
Oh my God.
Can you
Yeah,
spell
no,
it?
definitely didn't hear that.
I apologize to Tomokazu for not saying the name.
Tomokazu, what now?
Harimoto.
Harimoto. All right, yeah. Hey, props to Tomokazu. All the best in the Olympics.
I don't know the pick, but I love the pick.
Yeah.
Guy's the prodigy.
That's the pick of the draft.
You ever
Feel
seen
the
Balls of
draft.
Fury?
Oh yeah.
You know, it's the final boss, and it's like the 12-year-old. That's him.
Oh yeah. Have you
Uh,
guys like watched table tennis like in the Olympics?
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
it is.
They end up drifting so far away from the table. Like
They're literally like 10 feet away and they're hitting bombs.
yeah.
All right, my last pick. I got baseball. I'm gonna see if you guys, if I hit the one that you guys think I'm hit or should be hit. I'm going Juan Soto. My favorite part about Juan Soto is when he takes a ball and then takes a step towards the pitcher. I think it's the most hilarious thing. Also, nasty at baseball. Very young. He's one of these guys. Like the five that we just said for baseball. Like these five are probably going to be the guys to run the next couple of years, or the next 10 years, I guess you could say.
Yeah. They're the guys. Donnie, who would have been your other pick? Just because I'm interested, because I had one more guy on my list, actually two, but one of them's in college still.
I had two. I had Bo Bichette and I had Sixto Sanchez from Miami. Was the one that you had Al Leader and Jack Leader?
I have Bo Bichette and Jack Leader, yeah.
Yeah.
So Jack Leader was 7th on my list, so I wouldn't have taken him. I was just kind of.
I wasn't sure who was going to be the 5th, whether it was going to be Bo or the guy from Tampa. What's his name?
Franco. Yeah.
That's what I was, but it turns out to be Soto, the last guy. Interesting.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to take Juan Soto in the 5th round.
Yeah.
Going into the season, like there's an argument to be made that Soto could have been the first baseball player.
Yeah, no, absolutely. All right, Chris,
What series?
Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah, I'm kind of between a few. I mean, I obviously consider Kyler. I need NFL here.
Yep.
Nick Bosa's still there. I'm not going to go Bosa coming off an injury. If I were to go with an Ohio State defensive end, I would go with Chase Young. I'm probably going to abandon Kyler here too, only because he hasn't made the playoffs yet, and I'm not trying to hold him to too high of a standard, but I think I'm going to go with Devin White. Linebacker out of Tampa Bay, absolute animal. Like, this is my guy that I think is going to be your next, like, sideline to sideline Bobby Wagner, Ryan Shazier. Like, he is going to be the anchor of a defense for the next 10 years, wherever it is he wants to go. Top 5 pick, like, uber talented. I love Devin White, so I'll go with that.
Honestly, I had no idea he was under 20.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
Love that pick.
Dude, I feel like some of these guys, like NFL, you think they're like 27 and they're like 23.
Yeah, no, I feel like that happens with a lot of them. All right, I'll run through the final squads, and then we'll do honorable mentions. So Jerry's got Luka Doncic, Jaden Sancho, Ronald Acuna, Justin Jefferson, Gable Stevenson. Bob's got Fernando Tatis Jr., Kylian Mbappe, Jason Tatum, Ryan Garcia, Trevor Lawrence. He's got DK Metcalf, Wander Franco, Trey Young, Alfonso Davies, Tomokazu Harimoto.
Don't forget the name.
Don, Naomi Osaka, Christian Pulisic, Justin Herbert, LaMelo Ball, Juan Soto. Chris Scott, Vlad Jr., Erling Haaland, Zion Williamson, Austin Matthews, Devin White. I think this is like a 3-horse race, and I don't think I'm one of them.
Yeah, I think you got in your feels a little too much with your picks.
I think Pulisic is where I went downhill.
Yeah. I also think to be honest, looking at Naomi Osaka at 4, I don't know who I would have taken at 4 because, like, looking at the board, but I think you could have got her later.
Chris said he was going to take him on the turn.
I think I would have.
You did? Oh, okay.
I think there was probably a pretty good difference between her and Austin Matthews, that, like, in my own opinion. So, like, I just figured she'd go earlier. I figured, like,
I don't know if she'll play on the graphic, but yeah, hey, we'll see. Honorable mentions for me, I had Marcus Rashford, John Morant, Juan Soto, Bo Bichette. Sixto Sanchez, Bo Bichette, Chase Young, Nick Bosa, CeeDee Lamb, Sebastian Aho, Matthew Wolf, Cale Makar.
Cale Makar.
Yeah, that's definitely who I was. If I didn't go Austin Matthews, I had to go Kale, just the UMass
Oh.
thing. Like, so definitely some good honorable mentions there.
Bob, who'd you have that you didn't mention already?
Yeah, I had I had Bam. I don't know. I had Cade Cunningham. Had the NFL guys. I talked about the baseball guys. I didn't know much. Like I know some soccer, so I had Trent Alexander-Arnold. And then just on recency bias, I was thinking about the Italy goalie, Donnarumma. And then miscellaneous, I also had Kale, Maker, or Makar, whatever it is. And then I had Paige Bukers or whatever, the Yukon girls basketball player.
Yep.
And I was looking at like lists of like other people had, and I saw one from 2017 and some 17-year-old women's golfer, Lydia Ko, won like the big tournament when she was 17, but I did not follow up on her current career, so I left her off.
Chris, who'd you have?
Most of them have pretty much been said by now. I had Max Verstappen, who was a F1 racer. I actually really wanted to do it. I just didn't know if anyone even knew anything about F1.
That's a
But,
great.
just the fact that he's above Lewis Hamilton, which is like, I mean, he's been dominating the sport for quite a while. I'm actually like a personal fan of Charles Leclerc for F1, but also, it's just impressive. Verstappen has 5 wins by far in first place. Got to give it to him. There was one golfer I had, I think.
Yeah, I would have no idea who Max Verstappen is without, pardon my take.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
I respect that one. That one's good. I if you haven't seen, there's a really good like Netflix series on F1.
I haven't seen it yet, but I have to. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I got into it. So I like that one.
Jerry, who'd you have honorable mentions?
Most of them have been said. But one was if I was gonna slip, it was gonna be NFL Josh Jacobs.
Mm-hmm.
He was kind of like a dark horse if in case like NFL was just everyone just took who I was thinking of. I don't know. And I just think he's nasty and he doesn't get as much credit as he should. I don't think he's like a top 5, but like I think he's
a solid back.
Yeah.
Dave, any that haven't been said yet?
So basically, here's what happened. So as you can probably tell by the strength of my squad, I kind of left preparation for like during the Italy game, but that kind of got like way too tight for me to prepare during. And I was like laying on the ground for most of the game, like shitting my pants. So I wasn't able to prepare that well. So I can't say I have a list of players.
Hey, you might get some picks from Tomokazu.
Yeah.
Hey, if he wins the gold, come back to this.
Hey,
I get at least 10 points there.
When we post the graphic, we'll tag him in it.
Yeah, put some
You're
highlights.
tapping into the Japanese market too, dude. That's gonna get you some votes.
Yeah, that's for sure.
All right, yeah, I really like doing the draft. I think I might do them a couple more times. See where the rest of the summer goes. But Jerry, Chris, thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
No
thanks
problem.
for having me, man. This was fun.
Yeah, and Dave, Bob, we'll talk soon.
Yep. See ya.
Good day.